Sosocamo's beats hit different. From beautiful melodies to hard-hitting drums and layered 808s, his sound is genuinely dopamine-inducing. So today, I'm breaking down a beat I made inspired by some of his best songs and showing you the blueprint. Let's get into it.
Fucked up down bad, but I'm okay. Told the gang I'll be down for the long way. Fake nigga cut him off like a buffet. 100,000 on me, okay.
There He Go is easily my favorite Sosocamo song. And like a lot of his other beats, it starts with a smooth melodic foundation paired with some hard-hitting drums. His beats usually sit around 120 to 140 BPM, so I set my project to 122 and I started with these smooth synth chords. Sound selection is really important here, so I'm using this multi-key from my 2099 analog lab bank. The progression starts on a major chord, which is actually pretty common in Sosocamo's music, but these next two chords are minor, which is what gives it that smooth, mellow feeling. He also mixes in a lot of live instrumentation, like the piano you hear in Chronic. So I added this. I layered it with the multi-key, but I added these runs. It feels complex, but it's actually simpler than it looks. And that's because the run on this side feels different, but it's really the same run from the first 4 bars, but it's pitched down an octave with a few notes changed or removed. That's one of the easiest ways to add variation to your melodies. Another iconic part of Sosocamo's songs are his lead melodies, like the one you hear in Soulless. If you're wondering what makes his song stick in your head, it's this. Again, this looks complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. I'm using a one-shot so I can add these slide notes, which give the melody that bend and make it feel way more emotional. After laying out these first 2 bars, I just copied it over, shifted them down to this A, and put the rest of the notes in key. And I just repeated the same thing on this side, but I pitched it down an octave, similar to what I did with the piano. You also hear a lot of bass guitars or live-sounding basses in his music, so I used a one-shot from my bank and I laid this down. Having these transition notes in between the root notes helps emphasize that live feel. I finished off the sample with some vocals, chimes, and live guitar. These help bring out that soulful feeling you hear in a lot of his songs. And one of the best ways to modernize live instrumentation while still keeping that soul is through heavy effects processing, like the guitar you hear in I Love You. So I added this shaper box preset to the guitar and it turned into this. Ear candy like this is a big part of what makes Sosocamo's beats so addictive. Before I move on to the drums, if you like the sounds that you've been hearing or need sounds for this kind of vibe, all the synth sounds from this video are in my 2099 analog lab bank. Link in the description if you want to check it out. Now let's get to the drums. Even when the melodies are layered and emotional, the drums still hit hard. A lot of his songs also use half-step hi-hat patterns similar to the bounce you hear in drill. Gotta So I used that same kind of bounce here. The snare is hitting really hard, and snares like this show up in a lot of his beats. Hurry Up also uses multiple different 808s, which is really common in his production and underground music in general. Usually, the second 808 has a more unique tone, and that call and response helps create a transition between the main 808 notes. He also uses live drum fills really well, like the one you hear in Solus. So I added this live fill to create that same transition. So the blueprint behind Sosocamo's sound really comes down to a few things: strong melodic foundations, emotional lead melodies, live feeling instrumentation, and hard drums that bring everything together. That contrast between smooth melodies and aggressive drums is what makes his music hit different. That's pretty much it for this one. If you like the sounds I used in this beat, all the synth sounds are from my 2099 analog lab bank. So if you need sounds for this type of vibe, the link is in the description. Let me know in the comments what I should break down next, and check out my other videos if you enjoyed this one. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.